Hi guys, so in this video, we are going to continue our discussion in conic section. So this topic will particularly tackle ellipse. So if you're not yet a subscriber of this channel, feel free to click the subscribe button and the notification bell for more updates. If you recall guys, pag sinabi natin na conic sections, you pass a plane through a cone, then you can form figures. So paano ba ma-form ang ellipse? So if you say, meron tayong cone, here. Now, if you pass a plane, meron siyang inclination, you can form a ellipse there. So, yung ellipse natin parang oblong shape lang siya. So, yung kaibahan ng ellipse sa circle is yung circle, yung plane natin is parallel sa base. Ito yung base natin. But, when you're talking about ellipse, meron siyang certain angle. So, medyo oblique yung position ng plane na pinas natin through the cone. So, maka-form tayo ng ellipse. So, yung angle natin is not 0, it's not 90 with respect to the axis, but it has a certain angle. Now, let's go to the figure of the ellipse using our Cartesian plane. So, guys, yung sikreto kasi in solving conic sections is first, you must know the figure. Yung parts ng figure like centers, focus, yung latus rectum, yung itsura niya pag drawing na siya sa Cartesian plane. So ito guys yung ellipse natin. And yung center natin is represented by HK here. Then we have two foci. So dalawa yung focus natin guys. Nandito. Say this is the axis. Dalawa yung foci natin here. And that foci is located at distance, we have C, from the center. We have this F sub 1 and F sub 2. Then the distance from the focus to the center of the ellipse is represented by C. Now, we have this distance from the center to the other side of your ellipse that is represented by A. And to the other side, A. So ito guys, ang tawag natin dito is major axis. So that is the length of major axis. So that is 2A. So yung minor axis natin guys, if we extend this center to the top naman, upward and downward, you have this distance B. Then the length of our minor axis is 2B. So ito siya. This one and this one. So yung total length niya is the minor axis, and the length from the center to the other side of your ellipse, yung mas mahaba, A plus A, that is your major axis. Now, paano naman natin describe yung ellipse? Now, if you draw a line from one focus to any point on your ellipse, then you connect that line to the other focus, say D1, D2. So, the sum of the distance is equal to your length of major axis, that is 2A. So, anywhere on that point, say here, say D3, this is D4, so D3 plus D4 equals 2A, so that is constant. So by definition, an ellipse is a locus of a point which moves so that the sum of its distance to the fixed point called foci here is constant and is equal to the length of the major axis, which is 2A. Now, hindi pa yan lahat guys yung parts ng ellipse. So, i-clear lang natin muna yung figure para mas malinaw siya. Now, we have here guys the center HK. Then we have this foci. Now, this distance is, we have C. Then this distance is you have D. As I have said before, so ang ellipse is a locus of a point which moves so that the sum of the distances. So if you form a line here, then to the other side, the sum should be, let's say D1 here plus D2 should always be equal to the length of your major axis, which is 2A. So if this is proportional to each other, so center yon, so these two lines are equal, therefore this is A and this is also A. So A plus A, you have 2A. Satisfied natin yung definition ng ellipse. Now, this is a right triangle. So we have here the relationship between the distances. So we have, so A squared, that is your hypotenuse, is equal to, you have B squared plus C squared. Now we have here our latus rectum, a line which is what you call the latus rectum. So ito siya. So this is the length of your latus rectum. So dalawa yung latus rectum natin from the other side. So ito guys, i-discuss natin mamaya yung directrix. So isa-isa lang muna. So yung directrix natin guys, dalawang line din. Kasi meron kang si other side, meron ka din si left side. So right and left side siya. So yung length of latus rectum is this. So paano natin mahanap yung length of latus rectum? So pwede natin guys kunin yung length nito. Then after finding this length, i-times 2 lang natin para makuha natin yung whole length niya. So i-derive natin yung formula. So after this, ma-discuss natin yung mga parts niya, discuss natin yung equation and kung paano siya makuha. So here we have our center and the focus. So kunin natin guys yung latus rectum niya. So let's represent this length. Here, extend natin siya. Upward, vertical. So ito yung, let's say, L1. So yung total length ng latus rectum is 2 times L1. So yung latus rectum natin guys is 2 times L1. So by definition, yung ellipse is the locus of a point which moves so that the sum of its distance to the fixed point foci is constant. So if you extend this line, then to the other focus, F2, say here this is L sub O, meaning the sum of L1 and LO is the length of our major axis. So by definition yun guys. So tandaan nyo yun ha. The sum of the lengths of the line from one focus to any point of the ellipse, and you connect that point to the other focus, the sum is equal to the length of the major axis. So that is by definition. Then we have this. So this distance is C. This is C. So the total distance is 2C. So meron tayo guys na right triangle. Meaning, you have L1 squared plus, so 2C squared equals LO squared. But here, LO is equal to, you have 2A minus L1. So yung L1 natin guys is yung kalahati ng latus rectum. So mag-focus lang muna tayo sa kalahati. Then, after finding the L1, i-times 2 lang natin. So length na yon ng latus rectum. You have these two equations. So ang LO natin here in the first equation, i-substitute lang natin sa LO dun sa second equation. So you have L1 squared plus, you have 4C squared equals, you have 2A minus L1 squared. So expand natin. You have here L1 squared plus 4C squared. So i-FOIL method natin, magiging siyang, you have 4A squared, so minus 4A L1 plus L1 squared. Yun. Then i-simplify natin guys. So L1 in terms of A and C. So we have L1 squared plus 4C squared equals 4A squared minus 4A L1 plus L1 squared. So, meron tayo parehas na L1 squared in the other side. So, pwede natin siyang i-cancel na. So, minus L1 squared both sides. So, yields 4C squared equal 4A squared minus 4A L1. We have 4A L1 equals yung 4A squared minus 4C squared. So, i-divide both sides natin by 4A. So, divided by 4A. So, meaning L1 equals, so you have A squared. So, minus C squared all over A. Now, so let's recall, from the right triangle na na-form natin using our semi-minor axis and semi-major axis and the length from the focus to the center of the ellipse, we have this relationship. So, A squared equals, you have B squared plus C squared. Okay? So, it means that A squared minus C squared equals B squared. So, substitute natin dito. So, meaning L1 is B squared over A. So, ito yung, we can say that this is 1/2 of the latus rectum here. So, ito siya. Yung kalahati. So, yung buo, so the whole length is 2 times L1. So, ang latus rectum natin is equal to 2 times L1 or you have 2B squared over A. So, ito guys yung latus rectum natin. So, about the centricity guys, for example here we have our ellipse again. Then, so the centricity is the distance from the focus to any point on the ellipse all over the distance of that point to the directrix. So, if this is A, say this is the distance from the directrix D. So, di ba if recall sa parabola, F over D din siya. So, the same lang here. So, pare-paras lang yung concept of eccentricity. And here we have A over D. So, that is our length of the semi-major axis all over D. Or, if F is equal to C, pwede siyang maging C over A. So, yun guys. That is our concept for eccentricity. And here, since kanina guys, diba, ito C, this is C, and this is B. So, of course, your C is a leg of your right triangle here, and A is the hypotenuse. Therefore, A is greater than C. So, if A is greater than C, therefore, for a ellipse, the eccentricity is less than 1. So, yun guys, tatandaan natin, less than 1 ang eccentricity niya. Then, you have these formulas derived natin from this figure if A over D and C over A. Now, you might wonder why, ano ba yung mga B na yan, ano ba yung mga C na yan. So, doon natin siya mahanap sa equation. So, let's go back to the equation of a conic sections. So, you have AX squared plus BXY plus CY squared plus DX plus EY plus F equals 0. So, ito guys, as we have discussed before, yung B natin for general conic sections or yung standard na sinasabi natin, B is 0. Kasi, yung mga figure natin passes through or it's either vertical or horizontal. So, yung B natin is the orientation. So, kung hindi nyo pa masyadong naintindihan, you can go back to our other previous discussion. So, in here, wala na tayong B. So, you have AX squared plus CY squared plus DX plus EY plus F equals 0. So, yan yung condition para masabi natin na ellipse siya. So, here, if A is not equal to C, but pareha silang positive, it means that this is an ellipse. So, A is not equal to C. So, if A is equal to C, therefore siya ay circle. So, if A is not equal to C, but parehas positive, it means that this is an ellipse. And ano ba yung general equation of an ellipse? We have here x minus h squared plus y minus k squared all over here a squared, dito b squared equals 1. So, tatandaan natin to guys. Yung A dito, if A is greater than B, so yung A and B dito is the lengths of your major or semi-major and semi-minor axis respectively. If A is greater than B here, so tatingnan na natin kung ano yung denominator na mas mataas. Kung sa X, horizontal. Kung sa Y, vertical. So, ganun lang yun. So, it doesn't mean na ito yung nasa figure. So, value lang naman siya. So, titingnan lang natin. So, kasi in other books, yung nakalagay is, pag horizontal siya, you have this. So, this is horizontal guys. So, x minus h squared, you have a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. So, this is, ang axis natin here is horizontal. So, since a is greater than b. Now, paano naman kung yung denominator ng y, yung mataas? So, ang gagawin lang, you have y minus k squared. So, gagawin mo lang a siya. A squared plus x minus h squared over b squared equals 1. And here, of course, a is greater than b. So, pinagpalit lang natin kanina. Diba? Pinagpalit lang natin para at least palagi lang a is greater than b. Because in the figure, a is greater than b naman talaga. You have here a vertical axis. So, vertical yung axis niya. So, tatandaan nyo lang yung isang form din. Yung kung alin yung mas mataas yung denominator, ibig sabihin, yun ang axis niya. Kung mataas yung denominator ng y, it means na sa y siya vertical yung axis. If mataas naman yung denominator ng x, it means that horizontal naman siya. But, a is always greater than b sa figure. So, in this problem guys, we have in the curve, x squared plus 4y squared minus 6x plus 32y plus 9 equals 0, determine the following. So, you have the location of the center first. So, you have B, length of the major and minor axis. C, the location of the foci. D, the length of the latus rectum. E, the equation of the directrix. And F, the eccentricity. So, basically guys, itong problem na ginawa ko, this is from the board exam. But, kinuha ko na lahat yung dapat mahanap sa isang ellipse para at least isahan na lang siya. Yung curve natin guys, this is, we have x squared plus 4y squared minus 6x plus 32y plus 9 equals 0. So, i-grouping muna natin. So, x squared minus 6x, you have plus 4y squared plus 32y equals to negative 9. Now, here, i-complete natin, and yung y, i-complete din natin siya. We have x squared here minus 6x. So, may ipa-plus tayo here, somewhere here. So, plus 4y squared plus 32y. Then, may ipa-plus din tayo here. So, wag na muna, mamaya na. Yung x lang muna. Equals negative 9. So, yung i-add natin is, we have 6 squared over 4. Diba? So, if you recall, yung sa parabolang technique natin, if you are completing this square, so, i-divide lang natin sa 2, yung factor niya. Ito. So, 6 divided by 2, basically 3 yon. But, here, ang i-add natin, we have 6 squared. I-square natin yung coefficient ng first degree. Then, i-divide natin sa 4. 4 is a constant. So, plus 6 squared over 4. So, add both sides. Huwag natin kakalimutan na mag-add in the other side. So, yun ang kadalasang mali ng mga students. So, palagi nilang nakakalimutan yung balancing. So, yun mga basic lang. You have x squared minus 6x plus, so 6 squared divided by 4, that is 36 divided by 4, so 9. So, plus 4y squared plus 32y equals, so negative 9 plus 9, so 0. So here, complete square na to guys. You have 6 minus 3. Minus natin kasi yung first degree mo is negative. So squared. So pag in-expand natin, back to the original. So plus 4y squared plus 32y equals 0. Then, dito naman tayo mag-focus guys. So ito naman ang i-complete natin. You have x minus 3 squared. So, tanggalin natin yung coefficient ng second degree. So, i-divide natin both sides by 4. So, divided by 4. You have here y squared. So, 32 divided by 4. So, that is 8. So, y squared plus 8y. So, may add tayo somewhere. Then, so, divide by 4, 0. So, 0 din ulit siya. So, ito. Para ma-complete natin, so you have 8 squared. Square natin yung coefficient ng first degree divided by 4. 4 is a constant. Pero ito, plus 8 squared over 4 din para balance siya. So, dun lang tayo maki-careless guys sa pag-balance. You have here x minus 3. So, squared over 4. So, ito ay, so paras positive. Therefore, plus din yung nasa loob natin. So, you have y plus, so 8 squared divided by 4, that is 16. Then the square root of 16 is 4. So 4 ito, 4. So squared equals 16. Now, ilagay natin sa form na x minus h squared. You have this form, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals 1. All over, you have a squared p squared. Now, yung nakuha natin is ito, x minus 3 squared all over, you have 4 plus y minus, we have 4 plus 4, positive 4 squared equals 16. So, para maging 1 to, divide natin both sides by 16. You have this 1/4 divided by 16. So, magiging multiply siya dito. So, x minus 3 squared. So, 16. We have here over 64. Plus, you have y plus 4 squared. All over 16 equals 1. But here, you have a squared. So, a square root natin. So, x minus 3 squared all over, you have 8, so 8 squared plus y plus 4 squared all over 4 squared equals 1. So here guys, meron tayong h and k. So ang h natin is 3, then yung y natin is negative 4. So hk is, you have 3, negative 4. So, negative 4 siya guys kasi ang form natin is minus. So, minus, negative. So, negative 4. Then, hinahanap natin first is the location of the center. So, ito na guys, yung location of center natin. 3 and 4. 3 and negative 4. So, yung center natin guys is located at 3 and negative 4. 3 and negative 4 siya guys. It means that nasa 4th quadrant siya. So, imagine natin guys, nasa 4th quadrant tayo. So, this is in the 4th quadrant. So, this center is, you have, ito guys, yung nakuha natin kanina, you have 3 and negative 4. So, this is 3, negative 4, center. Then, yung next na hinahanap is the length of the major axis. So, yung A natin guys, here, dito yung A natin. So, A. So, A here is, nakuha natin na A, which is 8. 8 siya, 8. So, ito guys, we can verify here that ang axis niya is horizontal. Because the denominator of x na may variable na x is greater than yung may variable na y. Then, yung A natin here is 8. Here. You have A as 8. Then, the length of the major axis is, so you have 8 plus A, so 2A. So, 8 plus 8, so 16. 16 ang major axis. Then, yung minor axis natin, guys, nakuha natin dito, which is, so 4. 4 siya, 4. So, this is 4. So this is, so A din to guys, so this is 8 also. So the length of minor axis, you have 2b. So ang b natin na nakuha kanina, that is 4. So 2 times 4, so that is 8. Now yung next is the location of the foci here. So para makuha natin guys yung location ng foci, we need to find this distance from the focus to the center. So, pwede natin siya mahanap using Pythagorean theorem. Meron tayong A and B. So, that is A squared plus, equals, hypotenuse siya. So, B squared plus C squared. So, C squared equals, so C na lang. C is equal to the square root of, you have A squared minus B squared. So, that is C equals the square root of A natin is 8. So, 8 squared minus 4 squared. So, minus siya. So, C equals the square root of A squared minus 4 squared. So, C equals, you have 4 square root of 3. Now, so since this is 3, so yung y niya hindi magbabago because na certain height, equal lang naman siya. So, ang coordinates nito is, so since this distance is 4 square root of 3, so magdi-decrease tayo ng 4 square root of 3 units. So yung coordinate natin guys is here. So magdi-decrease siya ng 4 square root of 3 units. So 3 minus, so this is 3 minus 4 square root of 3 and negative 4. So that is negative 3.92. 93 na lang guys, 928. So to the other side, here, yung F2 natin, so this is 4 square root of 3 din, units, ito. Then ito ay 3 plus 4 square root of 3, negative 4. So this is 9.928. So 9.928 negative 4. So yun guys yung location of the foci. Then doon tayo guys sa length of latus rectum. So the length of latus rectum is given by, you have 2b squared over a. Ang b natin kanina, that is 4. So 2 times, you have 4 squared over a natin is 8. So length of latus rectum, that is 4. Then, the next is the equation of the directrix. So, yung directrix natin, guys, is makuha natin siya using our eccentricity. So, kunin muna natin, guys, yung eccentricity niya. So, yung letter F muna yung kukunin natin bago natin makuha yung equation of the directrix. So, for the eccentricity, given by, you have C over A or pwedeng A over D. Diba? So, the distance from the top of the minor axis to the directrix. So, kung ito yung figure natin, so, itong directrix natin, dalawa. Then, you have this distance. So, D. And the A here is from the focus to the top of your minor axis. So, this is A. So, A over D is eccentricity or C over A. So, this is C. So, yung C natin given, yung A is given din. So, yung E is, so yung C natin is 4 square root of 3 all over. So, yung A is, you have 8. So, that is, we have the square root of 3 over 2 or approximately equal to 0.866. So, yun ang eccentricity natin guys. So, less than 1 siya. So, since E equals, so you have A over D. So, answer na yun guys. Eccentricity. Then, you have D equals, so A over E. So, yung D natin, the distance from the top of your minor axis to the directrix here, this is your directrix, is equal to, you have A over E. Ang A natin is 8 over E, which is the square root of 3 over 2. So, that is equal to you have 9.2376. So, pwede natin mahanap yung equation of the directrix. So, from the left side and to the right side. So, from the center of the ellipse, you have 3, -4. So, the distance is, so, pwede naman natin ilagay lang sa center siya. So, ito. Parehas lang naman yung distance na yan. So, ang pagbabasehan natin is yung center, of course. So, yung distance natin is 9.237. So, this is 9.237 to the left, and of course 9.237 to the right. Now, so 3 minus 9.237. So, yun ang coordinates dito ng point here. So, this is 3 minus, so 3 minus, so you have -6.2376. So, -6.2376. So, ito, i-add natin. So, 3 plus 9.237. You have 12.237. So, meaning, nandito yung axis natin, directrix. Nandito yung directrix natin. So, that is x equals, so negative, since na upward siya or vertical, so you have x minus, so x equals negative 6.2376. Then x equals 12.2376. So that is x plus 6.2376 equals 0. Then you have x minus 12.2376 equals 0. So dalawa yung directrix niya. Pwedeng sa left or pwedeng sa right. So that's it, guys. I hope that you have learned from this video. So ang tip ko, guys, if you're solving ellipse, i-familiarize nyo yung figure. And paano ba ma-perform yung ellipse? Kasi, it is important to know the concept first before you memorize the formula. For example, here, meron tayong formula for finding the center. So, yung equation natin, kung given an equation, you can use the formula in finding your vertex. Now, you have here x squared plus 4y squared minus 6x plus 32y plus 9 equals 0. So, for the center HK, you have h equals, so yung paras natin, guys, pare-parehas lang. Circle, parabola, pare-parehas. So, kung h ang hinahanap natin for the x coordinate of your center, you have this, the coefficient of your first degree x, so -6 all over, so -2. So, yung -2, guys, is a constant times yung coefficient ng second degree x na 1. So, you have here 3. So, ganun lang kadali makuha yung center niya. If center lang ang hinahanap. So, yung k is, you have the coefficient of the first degree y. So, 32 all over. So, -2 constant. You have 4 times 4. Kasi yung coefficient ng second degree y. So, that is -4. So, yun, guys. So, HK natin, the center HK is 3, -4. So, if you're just finding the center. So, yun, guys. So, I hope that you learned. And, next topic tayo, guys, for next video. That is the last conic section, which is the hyperbola. So, if you find my video helpful, please do like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel. So, tulungan tayo, guys. I will help you. Then, keep on supporting this channel para mas marami pa tayong video na ma-produce. So, I hope to see you in my next video. See you, guys, and God bless.